We'll make this simple. You too can be a Cadillac driving sales director, I'm just saying. You just have really smart technology friends. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, you know. But we are going to go ahead and get started, ladies. I'm going to actually open us up in prayer, and then we're going to jump right in it. So just make sure that you have something to write with. We will be sharing our screen, and we'll get the packets out to you guys right after the meeting or whatever. All right, so if you'll bow your heads. Father God, I just want to thank you so much for this day. I want to thank you for these beautiful women getting up this morning to spend their Saturday morning with us, Father. But I thank you, Lord. I thank you for giving them the ability and the gumption to get on this morning, Lord, so that they can transform their life through this Mary Kay business, Father. I ask that you pray blessings over their business. Give them the courage to step out and really step into their overall greatness, Father God. There's so many lives that need to be changed in this process, Lord. And we know that we can do that through Mary Kay, bring women closer to you. And we're just excited to be able to bless you and to worship you and just pray over this new consultant orientation this morning, or training rather this morning. Okay. All right. So y'all, all right. The first thing that I wanted to talk about in the in this training is vision. I'm going to share my screen. Amy, you need to make me a host so I can share my screen. You got to figure that out. Does anybody know how to do that?
I can share mine. Was it the are you doing the
just the packet? Yeah.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
I don't know how to. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know.
Amy, you should be able to go back to your way you created the meeting, and then you can add Chrissy as a co-host. I just don't know if you can do it during the meeting. I know when I used to do it, there was an option there that you could ask somebody to be a co-host.
Amy, if you Amy, hold on, I think I got it. I'm the host.
Oh, I got it. Now a host. I got you. Okay. You just came up that you're now a host.
Way to go, girls.
I think.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So.
Oh, what am I tickling?
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes. Yeah. Now I can't.
Yes.
Just so you know, Chrissy, I can't.
I see him.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so if everybody can, let me just mute everybody because there's a lot of background noise. Okay, awesome. All right, so y'all, you know, one thing in this Mary Kay business that I absolutely love is the ability to be able to design your life, right? You get to make Mary Kay whatever you want to make it in this business. You can have a little bit and you can have a whole lot. And so that's one thing that I love about the business, because it's all about choices, right? And who in here loves choices? If you love choices, raise your hand, right? I love choices to be able to do what you want, and also to be able to, you know, provide the life for your family. And so we have a packet that we are going to go through. Okay, this right here, it literally talks about designing the life that you deserve. And, you know, I know it's really, really hard to read, but in this business, anything is possible within your first couple of months in this business, definitely within your first year in this business. You know, the theme for our Mary Kay seminar year is spark a chain reaction. And I love that so much, because when you think of a chain reaction, you think of you are like the vessel to make an explosion happen, right? And so it's up to you what it is that you do want. And then our faith area theme is vision and miracles. And I so love that, because, you know, the vision is something that God has given to us. You know, he has given us a vision to provide X, Y, and Z for our family, to have X, Y, and Z in our business. And then the miracles, right? Like, what are miracles, guys? Miracles is something that you can't control. And so as we work and start our Mary Kay businesses off strong, we get the ability to do the applicable stuff, the things that we know to do, book, coach, sell, recruit, and we'll explain all of that. But then we leave room for God to be able to perform the miracles, right? But we have to get started. And so, you know, in your Mary Kay business, you know, I started my business 8 years ago. And in the beginning of my business, I didn't know what I wanted in my business. I just wanted to get my stuff half price. And I told Amy that, and, you know, I was like, don't ask me to come to these meetings. I don't want to do any of this stuff, you know, whatever. I did come to the very first meeting because summer was coming, and Amy was like, it's a big deal. And I was like, whatever, lady. She knew I didn't work at CarMax on Tuesday evening. So I was like, okay, let me come. And so it was in that moment that I saw what this business could potentially do for me. And even in the first couple of months, I didn't do much. You know, when I started the business, I did decide to come with product on hand because Amy was trying to earn her first car and we were building a national area. And I knew what I would do would help. And so, but, you know, when I decided and I made a decision, because that's one thing, when you decide and you make a decision, you are going to be unstoppable. You're going to be unstoppable. So when I decided to work my Mary Kay business and really understood all of the benefits and the money and everything that you can make, I just automatically knew that this business was going to change my life. And so, you know, in the first year of my business, guys, within the first 8 months of me signing my agreement, so I signed up in May, and then I didn't really do much with my business until I decided to start Pacesetters. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I did the Pacesetters program. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be a Mary Kay sales director because that's where the big money's at. And then I started to do what I needed to do, and my power started and basically did everything Amy told me to do. That's really what I did. And then 8 months, I became a Mary Kay sales director. In my 10th month of signing my agreement, I earned my first car. And then at month 12, I earned my second, well, at month 13, I earned my second car. And so I say that to say anything is possible within your first year. It just is up to you what you want your life to look like and what you want your business to look like. And, you know, in a business like this, if you just do the things that's required, and it's really, really, really simple, y'all, you can go anywhere. You know, don't worry about what your sister consultant over here is doing, or this person is doing, or this other friend is doing. Just learn to stay in your lane, and everything is possible. You know, the money is amazing in this business. Again, you can make a little bit or you can make a lot. And I remember my very first commission check, guys, because we'll go over the career path, but my very first commission check was like $10. And I was so excited because I was able to get a salad for lunch, right? You know, as a beauty consultant, right? But y'all, my highest commission check was this past month, which was like, I don't know exactly, because Amy always yells at me for not knowing exactly, but it was like $17,000 or something like that, right? And so I was a tomboy that was born and raised in New York that never wore makeup or even washed her face prior to joining Mary Kay. And so if you use everything that we show you to be successful, then you can have whatever it is that you want to have. All right. You know, some of the things that I was able to do, you know, I was able to quit my job, guys. You know, one thing that I love my family. If you know me, I love my family. They're like my number one, my friends. Like, I love my people. Anybody love their people? I love my people. But when I started Mary Kay, I worked 7 days a week. So I didn't have time to see my people. You know, now I get the ability to do whatever. I'm at my best friend's house right now. Her mom just had hip replacement surgery. So I was able to get her boys. She brought them to Greensboro, and I was able to drive all the way down to Huntersville to help her out so I can bring them back to their dad for the week. You know what I mean? Like, if I was working a regular job, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And so it really does give me choices. You know, I love the ability to be able to help my family financially. You know, I love that, you know, to have that. Whereas before I was super stressed about money, and money is never an issue until we don't have enough of it, right? It never becomes a problem until there's not enough money. And so, but what else have I done? You know, y'all, I hadn't had a car payment in 7 years. So that's, you know, just bringing out the income. I've been able to take trips and really just be able to be there. My sister had surgery a couple of years ago. I was able to be there with her recovery for, you know, two whole weeks. You know, when my mom had to have surgery, she literally moved in with me. She had to have 24-hour care. Now, this was like 2 years ago, I believe, maybe 3. But she had to have 24-hour care. But I was able to be there for my mom, and my Mary Kay business still sustained itself. And so, you know, but we have to work to build it. And it's changed my life so much, guys, because I am a better person because of this Mary Kay business. I'm a greater leader. I'm a better friend. I'm a better sister. I am a better, just everything all around. It has really brought me closer to God again. You know, because this is a Christian-based company. If you guys didn't know that, you know, God first, family second, career third. And I'm just so grateful for it. I'm grateful that I said yes, and I'm grateful that I stayed the course. Because is it all going to be easy, guys? No, because it's something new. Is it all going to be worth it? Yes, absolutely. It is. Absolutely, it is. And so, but y'all ready to change your life? Are you ready to let this Mary Kay give you the ability to be a vehicle for something more, for something greater? And I don't know why you guys decided to join Mary Kay. Some of you guys may have decided to join for money, for sisterhood, to get your products at a discount. But whatever your reason is for joining Mary Kay, you were assigned for a time as this. You were assigned to this national area. You were assigned to your specific unit. And I am just so grateful that you said yes. I am just so excited to see what this year is going to bring for you. And I'm just ready to see you soar. And so, yeah, that's what I got there. You got to unmute yourself, Amy, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. Awesome. And, you know, I wanted to kind of jump in too and just share and just piggyback on some of the things that Christy said. You know, when we all first join Mary Kay, sometimes some of us are like, yes, we're excited. We know exactly what we want to do with this. And some of us are like, what in the world did I do? I have no idea what this is going to do for me. And that was really kind of me when I started. I started 9.5 years ago. So I cannot believe how much time flies. And I started because I fell in love with the products just like Chrissy did. And went to a party. Leslie Spies shared the products with me and shared the opportunity with me. And what she didn't know at the time was, you know, so I was working a full-time job. So all of you who are working a full-time job and have a super busy life, you can absolutely do Mary Kay. And be successful. Because as you just heard Chrissy, she worked like 8 days a week, I always like to say. She worked 8 days a week and 2 full-time jobs and just had a crazy busy life. I worked a full-time job where I worked 60 hours a week. I had a boss who pretty much ruled my life, and I had an extremely busy social life, okay? Because that was my priority at the time. But I was looking for something more, and I didn't know what that was at all. And so, sorry, I wanted to make sure I was, okay. So I was looking for something more, and I had no idea what that was going to look like or what that would be. And I never in a million years thought that it was going to come in the form of Mary Kay. But I got invited to that Mary Kay party. I fell in love with the products, and I just started to start my own products and make a little extra money on the side. And so Chrissy came in and rocked it out right away, which is amazing. That is one path. The other path is mine, where I came in and just kind of dabbled. It was kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Didn't really know what I wanted to do with this at all. But there were a couple of things that I was committed to, because I figured I had no idea what this could do for me or what it was going to look like. But I knew that I knew that there was something in my heart that God had pulled me into this business for a reason. And so there were a couple of things that I did do. And the one thing I did do was after my debut party, I ran after 30 faces in 30 days. All right. So I ran after that. And because I didn't know what I was doing in Mary Kay. So I figured I need to put this product on people's faces and learn how to do this. And so that was the goal that I ran after. The second thing is I decided I was going to be a star every quarter. And so I ran after that. And those are really the only 2 things at the beginning that I could wrap my brain around. Oh, and the third thing is I was committed to going to every single weekly meeting because I loved the camaraderie of the women. And it's really, I believe that because I stayed connected with the weekly success meetings every week and went to every single event, whether it was, everything was in person at the time, but right now it would be everything whether it's in virtual or a conference call or in person that, we can do. Because I did those things, I am where I am today. Because if I had backed away from actually attending events and being there every week at our weekly meeting, whether I felt like it or not, that gave me the encouragement and the love and the support and the relationships that have sustained 9.5 years. And so that was really where I'm just so in love with this business. You know, I didn't know that I would be any good at this. I didn't know I wanted to be a sales director. I didn't know I wanted to do this full time. But because I immersed myself into the culture and just did my faces consistently. Now, some months it was a lot and some months it was less. But I just decided I was going to stay connected and continue to do faces. And because I did that, God was able to put a vision in my heart and a desire in my heart of what he had planned for me with this. And like Chrissy said, it's not always easy. I mean, sometimes it's easy, sometimes not. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And it can always be a lot of fun. And it is amazing opportunity. And you can really have anything you want with this. And so when that vision was born for me to become a sales director, I did. And so it was about a year after I started my Mary Kay that I really made that decision that I was going to be a sales director. And so became a sales director a year and a half after starting Mary Kay, quit my full-time job 2 days after that. And never looked back because I knew that this is what God had called me to do. And I'm so grateful. I have this freedom and flexibility life that I never thought I wanted and never thought I could have, but I'm so grateful for. You know, in the process, I met my husband, I got married, I moved. I gained a stepson who's amazing. But, you know, one of the things that Mary Kay has given me is the ability to be able to travel more and be with my family in Massachusetts more. You know, prior to becoming full-time with Mary Kay, I got 5 vacation days a year from my boss, and I could only take them November, January, and February. And so I wasn't really able to go, and I didn't have the financial income to be able to go home to Massachusetts and visit my family. And when my mother would come here, it was like, hey, I'm off to work. I'll see you at 5:30 when I get home. And so we didn't really get to spend a lot of that time. But after that year, I quit my job. I was able to go home that year for Thanksgiving and Christmas for the first time in 5 years for like a week or so straight. And I've been able to go home a ton since then. And when Mom and Bob come here and visit me, I can take that time off and just truly spend that quality time with family. My husband and I have been able to travel. We have the financial freedom to be debt free, which is amazing. And just have a lot of those choices. You know, y'all know we love to boat and all of that. But really my self-confidence has grown with this business because I immersed myself in the culture and let the women pour into me. My faith has grown because it has helped me to grow more and with my relationship with God because of our culture. And it's just, and my belief in myself and my belief in others has just truly grown. And our positive nature, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how negative I was prior to Mary Kay. But we learn how to be more positive, and that just oozes onto so many other people, our family and our friends and all of that. And so, and I've been able to watch amazing women be able to grow into the women that God has called them to do. To be able to do this life with Miss Chrissy Newsom and Sarah Irvin has been amazing. And just to be able to watch Chrissy grow from the day that I met her to now and then continue to do this life, oh my gosh, it's like, I mean, I'm not a mom of biological children, you all know that, but I can just imagine what it feels like because it just watching her, and I'm going to tear up, but just it's just such pride for her and just such excitement and just like you want it more for the women you do this business with than you want it for yourself. And it's just so exciting to be able to watch that. It's for Chrissy and Sarah to have their best years ever, and to be able to have that freedom and the flexibility for their family, and Sarah to be able to quit her teaching job and be home with her 2 babies and earn a gazillion cars in 2 months, you know, like, and all of that, and just have so many choices for both of their families. And so we just wanted to share a little bit about that vision, because we can tell you everything you need to know about how to do this business, but if you don't have a vision of what you want for this to do for you, and your vision might not be sales director, and that is completely fine, but if you don't have a vision of what this business can do for you and your family, it's it's hard to stay the course. Does that make sense? And so while we're talking about this, and Chrissy's going to go through some of the things, you know, the things that you can earn with your Mary Kay business and what some of these national courts and STAR and all that stuff we've been talking about, what it means. But as she's talking, I want you to really kind of think about what you want Mary Kay to do for you and your family. And it doesn't have to be, yes, I want to earn a diamond ring. It can be, but like, what if Mary Kay could do anything for you and your family in this next year? Like, lift the lid off your thinking. What do you want your life to look like a year from now? And if Mary Kay could do anything for you and your family, what would that be? And I want you to start thinking about that, because shortly we're gonna have you write that down. Okay, so I'm gonna pass it on over to Chrissy, and she's gonna share some things about the fun stuff that you can earn with this amazing opportunity. Chrissy, are you muted? Where'd you go?
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Okay.
screen.
Awesome. All right. So, you know, in this, right, this just talks about what you can have in your Mary Kay business, you know, within your first year, the prizes, the recognition, the leadership, cars, and all of that. This next page right here is just unit and national area information. So I'm going to start here before I talk about the diamonds and the prizes, because this is also very important. When you get this packet, you can totally print it out, guys. It'll have your unit's name here. Our national area is the Fort and Berry Faith National Area, led by the most amazing national ever, Summer Fort and Berry. We are in the Sapphire division. This is just like useful information you need to know. And then Amy talked about how important it is to make sure that you come to the meetings, because at the meetings, guys, that is where you get the ability to learn and grow in your Mary Kay business. And so we do those at Tuesdays at 6:30. All right. Right now we are doing it virtually via Zoom until whenever. You know, soon we'll be back to some in-person stuff, but you know, your director will keep you posted on that. You'll write your consultant number and your recruiter number there. And then this is just Mary Kay In Touch, where all the goodies are in there. All right. So I'm going to talk about the national court and prizes. And so I love prizes. I never thought that prizes would make me excited, but y'all, I am, what's the word? Frugal. And I don't like to spend money. But if Mary Kay is going to give me prizes and designer bags and diamonds just for working my Mary Kay business, because they feel like, yes, we're going to give you 50%, but that's not enough, right? And so the company does shower us with gifts. You know, every single month, your Mary Kay sales director offers monthly prizes. And so they're different for every unit, depending on what unit you are in. So contact your director and be like, hey, what's the monthly prizes for these units? I'm pretty sure that she posts them, you know, on her unit page. So that's just something extra, you know, that you can do. But throughout the seminar year, the company does what's called the national court. All right. And so with the national court, you get to earn diamonds. And so there's actually 3 courts. The first court is it's a court for the unit called Circle of Achievement. And I don't have a page for that, but that's when you become a Mary Kay sales director, you actually get a bar pin, depending on how many, what you ladies do together as a unit, retail sales in 1 year. And so Amy, she's earned tons of unit clubs. Last year we did 350. Well, the year before we did 350. Last year, Amy and I, both of our units, that did 500,000, which is exciting. And then we get a bar pin to represent the unit. But these are some prizes that you can earn, guys. And the first one is the Court of Sales. And so this depends on your retail sales, right? This depends on your retail sales. So this is a year-long program. Anything that you do from July 1st all the way to June 30th of next year will count towards your Diamonds in Dallas. And so there are some incredible prizes that you can earn. There's this ring down here, and then this one right up here. I don't know the names of them. Or you can take, I think, $500 cash. And so this is just a tracking sheet, because I'm a true believer that a track number grows. If you don't track your process, then you don't know where to go. You don't know what you've already done, but then you don't know how far you have to go to reach that particular goal. And so this Court of Sales is obviously all on your sales, guys. you know, the average person buys anywhere from $75 to $100, all right, in sales. And then if each month you do what it's about, I don't know, 1,667 wholesale, which is a little over $3,000 in sales, you can do that. Amy talked about the Power Start, and we'll talk about that, but that's doing that 30 faces. And that's going to get you, that's going to lead you to everything you need in the business. So this is a quarter sales for every 600 wholesale you do, guys. You can just shade it in. All right. So really awesome. If you do half of the national court, that is considered the princess court. And so Summer, our national, has a princess quarter sales. And so princess is 20,000, that says 2,000, that's supposed to say 20, but 20,000 retail, guys, okay? So very excited about that for you to track that. So this is all on your sales. The second way, Amy has some quarter sales rings that she's earned, okay? And so check that out. So pretty cool. All right, the next national court is the quota sharing. And so the quota sharing is something that is very near and dear to my heart, because Mary Kay Ash has asked us to do one thing, and that was to pass on this opportunity. So as you're sharing the opportunity with other people, as you are, you know, telling them about the excitement about your new Mary Kay journey, people are going to want to be a part of that. What I've learned is that people want to be a part of something that is exciting, right? And so when you achieve the national court of sharing, guys, and so Amy's going to show you the bumblebee, you get this gorgeous bumblebee. So that's my bumblebee. His name is George. I let Amy borrow it all year, and she's earned her first one this year, so yay. So when you do the national court of sharing, guys, that's 24 qualified team members. So what does qualified mean? A qualified team member means that they sign in their business starting July 1st, okay? And all of these national programs you have from July 1st to the 30th of June 30th of next year, okay? So you add a person. So let's say, for example, I signed up my girlfriend, Adrienne. So you put her name here, so Adrienne, and when she does a qualified order, and a qualified order means their first initial order is at least 600 wholesale, or within their first 4 months of the business, they get to 600 wholesale. So they can do 225 this month, and 200 this month, and 300 this month, just as long within their great start period, which is the first 4 months of you saying yes to Mary Kay in this seminar year, it's going to count towards your quota sharing. Okay, so that is something that's really exciting. You get to choose the Diamond Bumblebee pin, or you get to build a charm bracelet. If you decide to do the charm bracelet, the first one you get is the actual chain and this little gold bee right here. Every other year, you can choose a charm that has the diamonds on it, okay? Or at this national court level, you can take $525 cash. And then, of course, the princess is half of the national court. So when you have 12 qualified team members, you are on the princess court of sharing. Okay, if you guys have any questions, make sure you ask them in the chat or write them down, and we'll get them answered for you. Okay, so again, it explains qualified right there. All right, the next program that I love is the Star Consultant Program, guys. Oh my word, being a star is such a huge deal. Now I'm gonna show you, we're gonna come back to this sheet here. And these, you can earn some really cool prizes from the company, guys. And that is one thing that I love, is they're like Cinderella gifts. And that's what Mary Kay says, you know, it is Cinderella gifts. Depending on what star level you are, you can choose prizes every single quarter. Now, you can also earn all-star prizes. So if you are a star all 4 quarters, okay, this Mary Kay seminar year, and everybody is in the first quarter if you're listening to the sound of my voice, and everybody could achieve this, all right? And so you get to earn these gorgeous Ted Baker designer bags, all right? And you get to choose what bag you want depending on what star level you are. And so this, you can kind of read this at your leisure, guys. It's all about a point system. So let me tell you why Star is so fabulous. Here's a tracking sheet for you to track all right, for this quarter. So anything you've done from June 16th all the way to what you're going to do through September 15th is going to earn your star. So this is an increment of every $100 wholesale order. You can just color it in, and then at 1800 you get sapphire, 24 you get ruby and above. Okay, so let me go back here. So the Star Consultant quarters are the first quarter we're in right now. That's June 16th through September 15th. So they're in 4 quarters. The second quarter, September 16th through December 15th. December 16th through March 15th is the third quarter. And then the last quarter is March 16th through June 15th, okay? And there are 5 levels of star. The first level is the sapphire level, okay? And so at this sapphire level, that's $1,800 wholesale per quarter, guys. All right, and so again, just like with the Great Start, you can do a little bit here, a little bit there, you know, CDS orders, anytime somebody orders off your website, all of that goes toward your star. And there's totally a tracking report on Mary Kay InTouch where you can look it up, and then your directors, of course, will remind you throughout the quarter how far you are. Second level is Ruby, and that's 24 wholesale in a quarter. Third level is Diamond, and that is $3,000 in a quarter. Fourth level is Emerald, 36, and then the Pearl, which is the highest level, which is 4,000. Okay, so excited about that. I can't see the chat, Amy, so if you see questions, just okay, let me know. All right, now there's so many benefits to being a star, okay? One of the biggest benefits that I love is the ability to earn prizes because, I mean, y'all, I have gotten my Keurig machine. I have gotten things for my home. I've gotten iPads and designer sunglasses and luggage and cash. And, you know, I get vouchers all the time to buy like my Mary Kay business cards and my Mary Kay gear. And it's just extra. Right? And so there's like Bose sound systems, you know, headphones, and that's what that flyer was all about, guys. So you can choose what prizes that you want. So like right now you can get a Dyson vacuum or Cricut machine, which I'm really excited about, pot set. So as you can see, it's fun stuff for you, or you can do stuff for your home. I'm totally getting this little refrigerator right here for my office because I'm constantly running up and down the steps to refill my drink. So very excited to add that addition, you know, into my office. So really, really fun gifts. Another reason why it's a benefit to being a star, guys, is that stars drive cars. And what I mean by that is that when you are a star consultant, that means that you are working your business, right? Like you are working your business. And so when you're a star, when your new team members come in, they're like, oh, you're a star, I want to be like that. Your team members, you know, when they join your team, it's because they're attracted to you. Right? They could be attracted to the business, but people are going to join because of you. And so they're going to ask you what you do. And so you want to work to lead by example, guys, and to make sure that you are hitting your star status. All right. Now, so you get to earn prizes. You also get recognition in your unit's newsletters. You get onstage recognition at our area awards. And then the thing that I love about the star, probably my favorite thing about it, is that you get 5 times as many leads from the company. So what I mean by that, if you choose to have a Mary Kay personal website, if somebody new comes to, like, moves next door and they're like, oh, I need to find a Mary Kay consultant, they will put in the search field like a zip code. And if you are a star consultant, ladies, your face will pop up 5 times more than a person that's not a star consultant. And so why does the company do that? Because if you're a star consultant, guys, you have products on hand. You have product to be able to service your customer so that you can help her. So she comes over and says, hey, I need a miracle set. My consultant no longer does Mary Kay, you know, or I'm looking for a new Mary Kay consultant. You'll be able to service her right away. The company is not going to send her to someone that they know does not have product on hand. And of course the company knows because you order from them, right? So you get 5 times as many leads. And y'all, in my 8-year Mary Kay career, I think I've recruited like 15 people just off my personal website that have found me. I was like, I'm looking for something a little bit more. Like, how exciting is that to even get team members that you would not have known But because you were a star consultant and they found you on their personal website, you get that extra bonus, right? And so you never know, that one customer can turn into being your best customer, and you can, make $5,000 off of her in a year just for servicing her and her family. She can be your next team member when you book appointments with her. Or like I said, she may sign up but just say, hey, I want to join Mary Kay. And so that's such a big benefit to being a star. Okay. You do make more money when you're a star consultant. And the reason why I say that is because when you decide to have product on hand, you make so much more money in this business, guys, because we live in a society where women want things right then and right now, right? Like, people get so upset if they have to wait 5 minutes in a drive-thru. It's ridiculous, right? And if we don't have that mascara for that person, they're going to find somebody else, or they're going to go to CVS or Sephora or something and get a mascara that they need tonight for an event, right? So important, y'all, to have product on hand. And then like I said, you make more money. I love when my customers come to my house, or they'll come to my car, and I'll meet them and I'm like, okay, here's your CC cream, whatever. Oh, well, what else you got in there? Because I have product, because I'm a star, literally I sell more. And it saves you money too, guys, right? It does save you money. And so we do have fun whenever we can convene again, guys. We do have fun, like Star Nights Out. And we usually do that every quarter for our star consultants, and just lots and lots of recognition. Now, the cool thing about the star program is when you become a star consultant, right? When you become a star consultant, and let's say your first team member comes in as a qualified consultant. So again, you get to your $1,800 to be a star, right? And then let's just say, Amy, I came in as a star. I started my business as a star. So Amy was a star consultant, but because I came in qualified, you get an extra 600 contest points to boost you up to the next star level. So Amy could have been, let's just say for this, she was a sapphire star. But when I put my order in and became qualified, that automatically made Amy a ruby star. And so the cool thing about that, I always say the higher the star, the cooler the prize. That's how I see them anyway, right? And then the higher the star, the multiple prizes that you can get. Like last quarter, I was like some level pearl star, but I was able to get $75 voucher and a new luggage set. So I got to choose 2 because of the star level that I was. And so, which is awesome. So for every qualified team member that you have come in as well, one, she's going to get a ton of free product from the company when she's qualified, and she works toward that, free product bundles. But then you also get to advance up the star path. And so that's one thing that I absolutely love. So really important to be a star. I think that everybody should have a goal to be a star consultant, because it's just really fun and awesome prizes. And your Mary Kay sales director will help you with the plan, okay? So again, these are the all-star prizes if you're a star the whole first quarter, okay? For the year. Now, Mary Kay's theme this year is called Spark a Chain Reaction. So every single month, the company has a consistency challenge. And this month, it's called Start with the Bang. And so with this yearly program, every time that you do 600 wholesale in a month, guys, the company is going to give you an exclusive piece of jewelry. Now, this jewelry is designed by RJ Graziano, guys. So he makes these pieces exclusively for Mary Kay. So you can't go to the store, you can't go to Macy's, Dillard's, or anything like that and find these earrings, because you will not find them. And if you see women walking around with these, you know they're in Mary Kay. And so say hi to your sister, your sister consultant, right? But this is the first piece of jewelry for July, guys. And so Spark a Chain Reaction, it's exciting. I love it. It has like a little diamond-ish, thing here, and it's kind of like a firecracker. So it's like you can be the sparkle. You can be the sparkle in the business. Are you going to start with the bang and spark, and ignite that spark to take you wherever you want in this business and the journey? So every 600 wholesale that you do in one calendar month, and it can be cumulative. So you can do a $50 order here, $100 here, $10, $30, $200, $700, it doesn't matter. If you have at least a cumulative of 600 every single month, then you get this earring set. Now, the company does have a consistency, and I didn't put this flyer here, I forgot to add it, but if you earn your Spark jewelry from July all the way to December, you're gonna get an exclusive bracelet, okay, for the first half of the seminar year, All right. So that's kind of exciting and just something fun because y'all, we're selling this product to make people feel beautiful and important, but then we're going to get rewarded some fun prizes on the side. Now, let me tell you this. I have recruited so many people from my jewelry, my bead jewelry, my key jewelry. The company has been doing this consistency program for a while. And people are like, oh my God, that's so unique. Where'd you get it from? Oh my God, I got it from Mary Kay. Have you ever heard of Mary Kay? Oh, I would love to, treat you to a Mary Kay facial. So great conversation starters for sure. All right. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is the Pacesetters program. Now, I know that you guys are new and you're like, oh my God, I just signed up. I don't even know, what is happening. Y'all, this Pacesetter program right here, we do 2 times a year. We do it in August and we do it in February. Now, if you want big things in your business, now Amy talked about like thinking about the goals that you wanted for yourself and, creating that vision. This program right here is why I am a Mary Kay sales director. Let me be honest. So I drove 45 minutes every single week, every Monday. I think they were on Mondays to Leslie Spees' house. And I sat through a Pacesetters class every single week, guys. And that's why I saw my vision of this business so much more. I fell in love with the business in the Pacesetters class. And so, this class really helps you to move up in the Mary Kay business quicker. All of it is going to be virtually. And so that's one thing that I love. We redesign this program every time that we do it to make it more fun, to make it more effective. But y'all, it literally is going to consist of, videos that you can watch. There's going to be a point sheet too, that you can track and keep up with your points. A lot of the stuff that you do in July, you get to get extra points for it. But it's really, really cool. If you're wanting to like get in this business and then move up quickly, earn cars, move into leadership, I will encourage you to do the Pacesetter program. So it doesn't matter if you signed up today or if you've been in Mary Kay for 5 years. This program is easy enough for anybody to join. Okay. And so I would encourage you to submit a letter to your Mary Kay sales director. And so I'm sure she posted this on her group with her email address, and you have to submit those by July 26th. Okay. And it's just, you want to say, why you want to move up in your business, why you think the program will be great, but just go onto your director's Facebook page, and I'm sure she posted about it and explains a little bit more, but I highly encourage this, y'all. It has taught me how to sell the product. It has taught me how to book the appointments. It just gave me the belief and confidence that I needed to know that I could be successful in this business. And there's really cool prizes with the program as well.
And if she hasn't posted it, she will.
Okay. Yes, she will. Okay. So Amy's going to talk a little bit about goals. Okay. And so take it away.
Okay, perfect. I love that. So have you started to see a vision of maybe what you want from your Mary Kay business? So what maybe you want to run after, some of the prizes. So with Mary Kay, we have a lot, we call them carrots, okay? So they can be real carrots. They can be summer carrots, or they, just dangling carrots. So, you got to dangle carrots for us to, as women, we don't want to be rabbits where we're all over the place. We want to have a focus, right? And so we run after those little carrots. And so all the prizes, that's what that's for, is that we don't believe life is about earning diamonds and money and earning prizes and all of that. But when you have a path to run on, so you follow the path of the prizes to get to the big goal that you're going after. Okay, and I hope that makes sense. So that's why we do all these prizes, so that it gives us something to run after. And so I want to ask you this question. What do you want? What is your goal? So on a piece of paper right now, I want you to write down, what is your goal with Mary Kay? What do you want to have happen in with your business? So your goal can be a big one. It can be like, next year I want to buy a new house, or I want to put this amount of money away for college education for my kids, or pay for braces, or go on a dream vacation, or quit my job and do this full time, or earn a car. Like, it can be anything big. Now, if you're anything like me, when I started my Mary Kay business, I had a hard time thinking that big, and that's okay. It's okay if that's where you are. But what do you want to have happen every month in your Mary Kay business? So what is your goal now? Like, is it to make a certain amount of extra money every month? If that's the case, what is that? What does that look like? What is that goal? Okay, write that goal down. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to think about it and write it down on a piece of paper. And everybody needs to participate. And if you don't have a piece of paper, you should, because you should be taking notes, but put it in your phone. And Chrissy, dear, my 40-year-old eyes, I need you to make that a little bit bigger for me.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Everybody have their goal, and I can't see everybody on my screen because we have the share screen, so I can only see 4 people. But does everybody have their goal written down? Now, I'm going to give you a minute, and I want you to write down 5 reasons why this goal is important to you. All right, 5 heart reasons why. And Summer always challenges us to write 20, but we're not going to make you write 20 right now. But we do encourage you to write 20, like throughout the day today. Write down 20 reasons why. But right now, let's start with 5. So write down 5 reasons why that goal is important to you. And so the goal, and keep writing and keep thinking, but the goal behind doing this is, you know, a lot of us, our initial thought process, especially when we come into Mary Kay, is like, oh, I just want to make some extra money. Okay, well, why? Like, what does that look like? So how much extra money? And what is that going to do for you and your family? Okay. And so when you make that extra $500 a month or $1,000 a month, why do you want to do that? And so, and for some of you, and I was that way when I started Mary Kay, I didn't know how to set goals. I had no idea how to set a goal. It overwhelmed my brain. Nobody had ever taught me how to do that. And so I was like, well, I don't understand how to set this goal. So just start writing it down. And if you need help, you know, after, you know, start this process. But if you're finding that you're totally stuck on where, like, this goal and why, text your director right now or when we're done, and we can do we'd love to do a coaching call with you, because it's so important to have a vision and a reason why you're doing Mary Kay. Not just to make extra money, which yes, it is, but why are we looking at, do you want to make that extra money? What is that going to do for you? What does that look like? Because when we hit those obstacles, which we will always hit obstacles in any aspect of life, right? But so you're going to hit obstacles. When you hit obstacles, it's that vision, like Summer was talking about in her area-wide video the other day. It's that vision of why you're doing what you're doing. Because I want to send my child to college debt-free. Because I want to provide, my why right now is I want to provide my husband with the life that he works so hard for us. And I want to be able to participate in that and excel it even more, because he's never learned how to think super big. And he's learning now, but I want to be able to provide that life for us. I want to be able to take him on a dream vacation that he never thought he could go on. And it's not about the materialistic part of that. It's about the life experiences and the and where, you know, the people we might be able to meet and the people we get to be around, and how that's going to increase our vision and our faith and all of that. So that's kind of one of my whys right now. So everybody have their 5 reasons why? Non-smile. Okay, so now what we do is, and what we're going to talk about over the next, so I'm going to start this and then Christy's going to pick it up. But now what we do is we take your goal and we're going to attach a Mary Kay goal to your other goal. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what this sheet is great for. Okay, so this is a great, so you're definitely going to want to print this out and work on this with your sales director. If you need her help, work on it with her help. Now, don't, I would really highly encourage you not to say, I want to be a senior consultant by June 30th. Because you can be a senior consultant with one active team member tomorrow if you decided to.
Today, if you want to.
You can be you can be a DIQ tomorrow if you wanted to. Okay, so you know, kind of, this is a really great tracking sheet to fill out because it kind of helps you figure out what you want your goals to look like for the, like, by September 30th, by December 30th, by March. So you're breaking up your year goal into segments. All right, and she can definitely walk you through this. If you need more help with this, touch base with your director because we can definitely go through that. And then there's monthly goals on, so then we break down those quarterly goals to monthly goals. All right, so what's your monthly retail sales goal? How much do you want to sell each month? You know, and thinking, so if you want to make $1,000, you want to sell at least 2,000, right? So what does that look like party wise? How many parties do you want to do? How many new team members do you want to add? You know, things like that. Your star goal. So what's your star goal for this quarter? Do you want to be a sapphire or ruby? Like, you know, think about those type of things. And then tracking your star. There's an area there that you can track your stars. And then and then we of course gave you your tracking sheets for your quota sales and quota sharing. So we want to make sure you have your life vision goal for your Mary Kay. Like, why do you want Mary Kay? What do you want Mary Kay to do in your life? And now Chrissy is going to talk about how your activity in Mary Kay can bring those goals to fruition. I think that, am I right, Chrissy? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so we're going to, I'm going to move to talk about those goals that you want, the financial freedom or the prizes or whatever you set your goals to, how you can obtain that. And it's all so very simple. One thing that you will learn in Mary Kay is the fact that everything works together. It's kind of like a goulash of stuff. And so you do one thing and it's going to help you in 5 different areas just by doing that one thing. And so what you want to focus on is what's called the perfect contest. All right. And so this is the contest that our national area focuses on. And if you want to be a part of Pacesetters, you have to sign up for this contest, and you can do that on the Faith app. But the contest really helps and breaks down what you can do each month to get you to that goal that you so desire in your heart. All right. And so the contest is, you can do a perfect 3 because everybody's goals is different, right? And that's one thing I love about Mary Kay. You can only have a goal to make an extra $300 a month, guys, and then you will fall into the perfect 3. And so what does it take to do that? That means interviewing 3 people, because in the business, it's simple. We do 4 things. So write this down. We book appointments. We sell products, we team build, and we coach our appointments. So again, we book appointments to share the product. We sell this amazing products to put money in our pocket. We team build and share the opportunity to give a woman the ability to design the life. And then we coach those things, right? We coach our appointments. Because coaching is a lifeline, we have to coach, right? Like coaching is like the insurance. You want to make sure that you're reminding your customers about the appointment. You want to make sure that you're reminding the potential team member about joining a virtual Peek into Pink or, whatever, you kind of got going on. All right. And so the perfect 3 is that you'll do 3 parties or 15 faces. I always said, I've learned this early, and he told me you want to work your business smarter and not harder. So you can go the month and do a facial here and do 15 faces, and that can take you 15 different times to do that, right? If you do a one-on-one. And some people may want a one-on-one, but what I've learned is to group them together, right? And if you have at least 3 people at one appointment, whether it's virtual, guys, or on a, Cadillac Angels page or Pampermore Powerhouses, 3 people at one time is considered a party, right? So do you want to do 3 parties and that takes you 3 times in the month, so maybe one thing a week, or you want to do 15 different things, right? And with everything right now, we're mainly having to work our business virtually. It's so much easier to group everybody together. Okay, so the perfect 3 is 3 parties, 15 faces, 300 wholesale. So you get Voxer recognition, newsletter recognition. The perfect 6 is 600 wholesale. You earn your Spark Jewelry, guys. And you have, and that's $600 in your pocket. So that's 6 parties or 30 faces, 6 interviews. And then you guys, we're not, perfect 10 party. So you guys get that drift, perfect 15, perfect 20. All right. Now these wholesale amounts, when we say these wholesale amounts, guys, that's on your reorders because you're sharing the product with them. They're falling in love with it. So if you do $1,000 wholesale, that's $1,000 in your pocket and you've sold $2,000 that month. So $1,000 for you and your family and $1,000 to order the product that the people wanted. All right. And so I love this contest because it really keeps you focused, guys. There is a tracking sheet for it here. And when you complete, so everything runs in quarters. So the first quarter, July, August, September, when you complete 2 out of the 3 months of at least perfect 6, then you get the faith area pin. Okay. And it's a big F. And then every month after you get charms, me and Amy, we're going to design jewelry with all the charms that we have because we've been doing this contest, Amy for 9 years and me for 8. Right. And so it doesn't matter. Summer still gives us all the rings. I don't know what to do with them, but I said I was going to figure out how to make some jewelry. So if anybody knows how to make jewelry, hit me up later and help me out. But here is a tracking sheet for it. So as you see the faces, 1 silhouette equals 1 party. And again, a party is 3 or more people. $100 plus in sales or new recruit. And so you can kind of fill that out for your faces. And then down here, it also helps you to just color in for every $100 wholesale that you do, you color in a miracle set. All right. And tracking is so fun. It really helps you. I do tracking in every area of my life, my Mary Kay business, for my finances. I do tracking because it's like a game. Right? So it's fun. And then here is a sheet to keep it all in one. So your customer's name, if they sign their beauty agreement, so you can have that there. So it tracks for your interviews. Okay. Any questions about the perfect contest? Now, depending on what goal you have, you will determine how many faces you need and how many interviews you need to reach that goal. Okay, so if you have a goal to be in your red jacket, let's just say that, and that's 3 active team members, guys, you would have to interview at least 15 people. It's about 1 in 4, 1 in 5. You interview 1 to 5 people and 1 person will probably say yes, right? And so it's all about tracking. And the biggest thing, y'all, is to keep it simple and to keep going. When you see faces, you might not sell. I remember I drove 2.5 hours to a lady's house and sold not one thing. I've drove I don't know, an hour and a half and sold a lip gloss. But y'all, I was excited about that. And then usually what happens is they love the product a couple of months down the line, like, hey, can I get the miracle set? Right? And there's sometimes when I remember that party where it was my very first one, I remember calling Amy, I was like, I just drove 2.5 hours and I didn't sell anything and blah, 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 whatever. But they gave me referrals. And out of the referrals, I think I got 2 team members from the no sales party. So there's always something there when you ask and you do your faces. And when you're talking to these people, you want to ask for referrals. We have a customer profile sheet and everything that you need for a skincare class and to do a facial. I know Amy has it in the files tab in her unit group on Facebook, and she's going to teach me how to do that. So powerhouses, I can, do the same thing. But usually I'll send an email about once a quarter with everything you need for your facials. You've gotten a starter kit. You've got a flip chart in there. And literally you read off one side and they see the other side, right? And so, you really want to keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just put the products on their faces and keep going. National sales director, she's $1 million sales director. I think she did it 2 times. Donna, she's a national sales director now. at a winter's weekend that we went to, she said she washed their face with the moisturizer and moisturized their face with the cleanser. And it was her first party and it was totally different, but she sold so much because she just made it fun and exciting. And then they realized, oh, my face is like sticky. And they're like, oh, no, switch up those steps. Right. And so this business is going to be what you make it, guys. And it's really just applying it and really just focusing on the perfect contest. And so that's a tracking sheet that you can fill out. This sheet right here it's just when you're thinking about who you want to try the products on, you're automatically going to think of like your 5 best girlfriends, right? Or your mom and your aunt and all that. But then after a while, you're like, Lord, who can I get to try these products? And this is just kind of like a cheat sheet. So people from your old job, who sold you your home, who booked your last vacation. So this just gives you an opportunity to kind of write some more people down. So this is just kind of helps you to think about who to send samples to or try the products on. There's also the Pearls of Sharon program. Okay. And so this is when you team build. And so one thing that I love again about team building, one is the second way that we make our money, right? But as you start sharing the opportunity, you can earn some pearls from your director. And so when you share the opportunity with at least 3 people this month, then you'll get these pearl earrings or whatever month you're in the business, but just get with your director on that. You'll get earrings. If you do 6, you'll get a bracelet. And when you get your first active team member within your first 30 days of your business, you'll get a necklace, guys. Now, how exciting is that? Now, for the month of July, we're doing $1,000 cash drawing. $500 to a consultant. Can you get excited? You can win $500. And then $500 to a customer. And a customer that decides to sign up in their business in July, they got a potential to win $1,000. Like they just might get lucky. And when the customer drawing and the consultant drawing, who knows? And so it's going to be really important to share this opportunity, guys, because 1, that'll help increase your paycheck, but 2, it's going to be able to change your life. Okay.
Chrissy,
so
how do they share the opportunity?
And so sharing the opportunity, there's a lot of different ways that you can do that, guys. On the Faith Area app, you can share videos that they can watch Summer's videos or your director's videos, or you just sharing from your heart. And then you have to watch the video and then connect them with your Mary Kay sales director. So we have to talk to them in order for them to count for the pearls and in order for them to count for the cash drawn. And it's really just letting people know like, hey, I'm doing this Mary Kay thing. I want you to listen to some facts about our business. They can also, if your unit is doing like our Pampering with a Powerhouse, like a event, we always share opportunities at an event. If you're a new consultant, you have not had your debut yet, we're going to be sharing the opportunity, on your debut, guys. So several different ways for you to share the opportunity. All right. And sometimes it's just like thinking about somebody like, girl, I'm new. I'm doing this Mary Kay thing and I want you to be along this journey with me. Right. And it's really just asking. So just have them watch a video or share some facts. There's also an awesome team building brochure you can send them. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Okay. And if you have any other specific questions about that, just ask me. All right. Now, here's another tracking sheet. There's different tracking sheets in here, guys, because everybody's personality is different. So find something that's going to like draw to you and that will make it easier for you to track.
Yeah, you don't have to use all the tracking sheets.
Yeah, you don't have to use all of them. We just put a bunch of different ones in here to whatever tickles your fancy, okay? I love this tracking sheet because on this tracking sheet, what I do with this, everybody that I facial, I'll put their names and what I sell to them. So this kind of keeps up me doing my 30 faces a month and how much I've sold in one, okay? So that's just another tracking sheet there. Now, I'm going to shift a little bit to talk about booking. And, this booking bubble sheet will be your best friend, guys. The lifeline of our business is booking, right? And, we have to book the appointments and share the products in order for people to fall in love with them. And so you want to make sure that you print out this booking bubble sheet and just fill it out. You can do 1 a week, you can do 1 every other day, whatever your goals are for your business. Some of you guys decided to join Mary Kay to do this as a part-time opportunity, and some of you guys are choosing to do this as a full-time opportunity. And so the amount of booking bubble sheets that you do is going to depend on your goal. Everything is always tied back to your goal. And my goal for Mary Kay is different than Amy's, different than Brenda's, and different from Tony's. So everybody is running their own race in this business, okay? But we're all encouraging and cheering you on to the best race, which is yours. So the booking bubble sheet is everything that you can keep in one spot. So when you book an appointment, if you like left them a message, you just put a slash. If you spoke to them and you're trying to, you know, get a time, but you really hadn't quite booked anything yet, just put an X. So you know to go back and follow up to say, hey girl, seeing, you know, if you chose between this day and this day, okay? And then when you book an appointment, you just color it in. You just put their name here, all right? And I just write their, like the date, Saturday the 12th at 2, like right next to it whenever I book their appointment, okay? So that is a booking bubble sheet. And, you know, booking is what's gonna get you to any of your goals. It's gonna get you the money in your pocket. It's gonna get you to the team members. It's gonna get you to, you know, whatever that goal is, because people have to try the products. Now, you're all new, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know who to ask. So you got a little bit of that cheat sheet from the Create Your 50 list, but then this is also a fun thing to do for leads. So it's 60 guests in 6 minutes. And so I want you to like put a timer on your phone and totally do this. So you list 6 family members, 6 friends, 6 coworkers, 6 of my spouse's family, 6 of my spouse's friends, 6 of, you know, my spouse's coworkers, you know, or if you don't have a spouse, a boyfriend or friend or neighbor or roommate or whatever. Places you give your business, doctors, banks, think about those people, your neighbors, your churches and socials clubs. If you have any children or any organizations that you're a part of, think about those women. Okay, so this is just a thing to think about, like, who can I share this product with? All right, and we want to start there because we start with our family and friends. And then when we do that, then we get with our family and friends, and then they're going to give us referrals to other people that we don't know. So it's kind of like a tree, guys. And you should always have leads because you're always asking for referrals. You start with the people you know, and then it just kind of sprinkles out, and every person might give you 3. Some people might give you 20 names, and boom. And then when you call those people and they get with you, they're going to give you, it's just like a constant, like a tree, right? Of always being able to have it, but you have to ask, and you have to ask for those leads. All right. The next couple of pages talks about, are just some scripts on how to book, guys. Okay. So this is a new consultant script. I say use the scripts, and Amy can chime in on this. The scripts work. Okay. They really work. And so it's kind of like, don't reinvent the wheel, because this is proven to work. So there are all types of scripts, guys. There's a new consultant script, you know, so there's one there. There's one for a Hydra Extreme, which is a certain type of skincare facial. And get with your director, and we can explain like all these different sessions. In our group, and I know in Amy's group as well, we have posted like flyers, what Hydra Extreme, what products you use for all of that. And we do a lot of these sessions together as a unit, so make sure you're plugging into your unit's calendar. So there's also a script for multi-masking. That's with a charcoal mask and a gel renewal mask. So scripts really for everything as far as bookings and putting products on their faces. So there's 2 whole pages of that. Vitamin C boost scripts, birthday scripts. So this is a really, really fun script. Like anybody that has a birthday in July, right? Like you can give them a treatment and skincare and satin lips, and you can offer them a gift certificate here. If you don't want to offer them a gift certificate, you don't have to. That's just $10 off their order. Because if they know they have something to spend, they're going to buy something, they're going to buy more than $10, right? And so then you got a new customer. So these are just all scripts for you to use. And when she responds, then you say this. And after she responds, you say this. Okay. So you guys can read this after we send it to you. Does anybody have any questions so far about booking and why it's so important? I always say, try, if you're doing this business full time, to get at least 2 new bookings a day. Okay. If you are doing this business part-time, then I would say try to get 10 bookings within 2 weeks. And what I mean by getting 2 bookings a day, you don't have to do them each day, right? But just getting them on your schedule. All right. So, and then there is an IPA sheet. Now, this IPA sheet, IPA stands for income producing activities, right? Because a lot of us join this business to make money. And so this helps us to strategically know what to do. If you're like, oh my gosh, I want to work Mary Kay from 10 to 2 on Saturday, but I don't know what to do. You pull out this IPA sheet and it tells you, and it has one for every single day. So what, today is the 11th. So you would just go here to the 11th, and this is kind of sideways, but 3 IPAs for booking a party. So you can book some appointments. You can do facials, and facials is just 1 or 2 people. A party is 3 or more. You know, if you sell products, it's $100 in sales, right? Like, and you can just kind of tally, right? Get 10 new leads. And even in virtually, guys, we can get leads. You can use that 60 leads in 6 minutes, and that's a great way to do leads. Another thing, if I feel like I'm running low on leads now in the virtual world, I will ask my customers, you know, and for you, because you guys are new, you can ask a family member or a friend. If you give me 10 names and numbers for people to get me started in my, you know, my business, for me to send them, you know, some products to try, and at least 3 or 5 people book, I'm going to give you an eyeshadow for doing that. That's another way that you can get some leads in this time. And so you can just look at it. It's things that income producing activities is things that's going to bring income. So the booking, the sharing the opportunity, the selling of the product, following up with your customers to give great customer service on reorders and things like that. So love that. And then I think, yeah. So any questions about this section, guys? You know, really it's just getting a plan and knowing what you want, but it's so important to make sure you know your why, like Amy said, and figure out what goals you want, and then you can create what your blueprint is going to look like in order to get you to that goal. Okay. Now Amy's going to talk about business management.
Awesome. Awesome. So everybody with us so far, everybody good? Yes. Okay. And if you have questions, make sure you're either putting it in the chat, or you can unmute and ask a question. It's totally
Yeah,
fine.
for sure.
Or text your director, whichever works best for you. But really, and I just really want to reiterate what Chrissy said in the very beginning. This is a lot of information, right? But you don't need to remember all of it when we get done today. This packet's going to be super helpful. You don't have to track every single tracking sheet. Pick the ones that work for you. But Mary Kay is super simple. It's basically you put the product on women's faces, you make them feel special, okay? And then you we had a question. Where do I go to view and print this document? We're going to email out. You need to text if you're on here, make sure you're texting your director right away. Make sure you're texting your director right now. I was on, so we can email that to you. The other thing we really want you to text us a picture of what you wrote down as your goal and your five reasons why. Because if we don't know what your goal is and your why, then we can't help you as well. If we know your goal and your why, we can help you, which is fantastic. So. But really it's super simple. You're going to book appointments and share this product with women. And right now we're doing mostly everything virtually. So you mail them samples in the mail, and then you schedule a time to video chat with them. So you can do that multiple ways. You can do FaceTime, you can do Facebook video chat, you can do Zoom parties. So if you're looking to do more parties, you can do a Zoom party. You can be your own hostess and get all your people on the same Zoom party, even though they don't know each other. And that's a lot of fun. Or you can also do Facebook parties where you're posting Facebook on a private group and all of that. Those are good. Those are great. But I would say that your biggest results are going to come from getting together with women face to face, okay, through video. And you might be sitting there thinking, that does not make me feel comfortable. You know what? It's going to be okay. It's the same thing you would do if we weren't in this crazy pandemic. You'd be getting together with women face to face, in person. And so it's okay to be on video. The more you do it, the more practice you get. We never do things perfectly, ever. Like, Nothing's ever perfect. The only person who is perfect was Jesus. So nobody expects anybody to be perfect, right? You have your flip chart and you have all of the tools that you need to do a facial and a party. So you mail them the product, you schedule a time to video chat with them, walk them through the product, get your referrals, share the opportunity, and ask for the sale. And those are just the basics. And when you, as Chrissy said before, when you work every appointment, that's what it's called, full circle. Full circle, when we talk about full circle appointments, it means you've shared the product, you've asked for referrals and booked a second appointment, you have shared the opportunity, and then you've asked for the sale. Okay. And so that's full circle. When you do an appointment full circle, you're, regardless of the results of that one particular appointment, you're going to reap the benefits at some point. So you might get a ton of sales and a ton of stuff right then and there, or you might not, and that's okay. But when you do all of that consistently, then you will absolutely reap the benefits. And the key to Mary Kay is consistency. And whatever consistency looks like to you. So, you know, it's like if you're trying to push a car, if you ever tried to push a car, if you haven't, if you have, you know, it's hard, right? Or push something really heavy. Or if you exercise and you're doing something that's really hard, the worst thing to do is stop, because then you've got to get it going again, right? So if you're trying to push a car up a hill, or push a car in general, the hardest part is getting it going, right? But then once you're going, you have the momentum. But if you stop, then you've got to start it all over again. So the one thing I've learned with Mary Kay, and my goals have changed over the 9.5 years, depending on where I was, especially in that first year. But the one thing I learned is consistency. So if consistency looks like to you, I'm going to do a certain number of booking calls every day. That's great. Or I'm going to do a booking bubble sheet a week. That's great. I'm going to hold 1 appointment a week. I'm going to hold 3 appointments a week. I'm going to hold 3 appointments a month. Whatever that consistency looks like to you to reach your goals, but just stay consistent. And that is the most important thing. So now we're going to talk about some business systems. So ProPay, Chrissy, are you able to do that? Because I don't think I can.
Do you want me to I have the 3 things here, but I can.
Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. No, we're good. All right, this is great. Okay, so we're y'all, this is our first new consultant boot camp virtually. We haven't done a new consultant boot camp in like several years. So thanks for your grace as we figure some things out. So these are just some business systems we want to make sure you have in place that's going to help support your business. Most of you probably have this already. Martina, how do we get samples to send out? Oh, great question. I'll address that real quick. So you can purchase samples from the company. I recommend that you purchase clamshells. I can go grab one in a minute. I don't have one sitting right here. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, look at this. I have a little bag. On Amazon, you can purchase, and on there we have another website too, these little clamshell things. Okay, can you guys see that? And so it opens up and you can put the product in here, and then you get these little stickers that you can put numbers on, or you can write the name of the product. So I recommend demoing full-size products and getting those clamshells, and then you can get these cute little bags on Amazon that are really inexpensive, and then mailers. And so I recommend using the clamshells because it's less expensive for you. You're demoing full-size products. And so that's how you would send samples to them. And so you just mail this out in an envelope with a customer profile sheet and a roll-up bag close sheet, whatever one you're using, and all of that. And so that's the best way to send out samples. And if you have more questions about the details of that, touch base with your director. We're happy to, chat with you about that. So awesome question. All right. So business systems, you want to make sure you have ProPay. So this is a way that you can take payment via credit or debit card from your customers. It is actually directly connected to Mary Kay InTouch as well. So if you have not set up your ProPay account, I would highly recommend that you do that. So you just go under into Mary Kay InTouch, under ordering, and ProPay is there. It is only $39.95 for the year, and it's a tax deduction for your business at the end of the year. If you started with the $130 starter kit eStart, this is included in that, which is exciting.
Can you guys see my InTouch screen?
No. We can see the
The ProPay thing?
propay thing.
Okay, hold on.
So while she's doing that, once you sign up for it on InTouch, yep, now we can see it. So if you go under ordering and ProPay, and then Chrissy's already logged into ProPay, so you'll click that, and then it will say set up account, and then you click set up account, and you set up your account. If you did the $130 starter kit, it'll charge you just $1 because it just needs to verify you're a real person. If you did, then it's $39.95 for the year. You have the choice. You can choose one payment of $39.95 or 3 consecutive payments of $13.31. And so once you set that up, then you go to your phone and you download the ProPay app, log in, and it will have you answer a bunch of security questions and create a PIN number. So when you charge cards on your ProPay is connected to Mary Kay InTouch. So you have this like ProPay account that's out there in the like abyss up there, like this little virtual account. That's where all the money goes. And then you can use that when you check out on your Mary Kay order on your InTouch, your ProPay funds show up there. So you can use the money towards your funds. Here's the cool thing about ProPay. You can charge a card 1 second and use it the next second to go towards an order. You don't have to wait for it to all be processed. It's available there for you, which is great. Then once you've paid for your orders, then you can, if you have anything left in your ProPay, you can go ahead and transfer it to a bank account. And you can connect your ProPay to a bank account, which is exciting too. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to have a separate checking account set up for your Mary Kay business. So go to the bank, set up a personal account, not a business account. And I know that it's a little challenging right now to do that, but I would really recommend that you do that sooner rather than later in your business. You're going to want to do that for tax purposes at the end of the year. It makes your figuring out your taxes and your income so much easier, okay? And you want a personal account, not a business account. Don't tell them it's for Mary Kay because then they'll try and make you do a business account, and then you have to have a minimum, and there's fees and all that fun stuff. So just get a personal account with a debit card. So if your customers pay you with cash and check, you're going to deposit that money into your Mary Kay checking account, okay? And the way I do it is when I have so you have your ProPay funds, and then you have your Mary Kay checking account, and that's every way that your customers have ordered or paid you for their orders. When I'm ready to reorder to restock my inventory, I use my ProPay and the money that's in my Mary Kay checking account to pay for the order. Whatever's left in both of those at the end of after I do my order is mine. So I would transfer all that to my personal account and I pay myself, which is really exciting. Okay. So that's ProPay and your separate checking account. The other thing you want is to set up is your Mary Kay website. Okay. Again, if you did the eStart with the $130 starter kit, that's already paid for. If not, it's only $30 for the year. And again, it's a tax deduction for you at the end of the year. And Mary Kay keeps up the website for you. So you're just going to simply go under InTouch, go under Business Tools and Personal Website Manager. I think Chrissy's going to try and pull that up here for a second. There you go. Okay, Business Tools. She is on it. And Personal Website Manager. All right, and you click that. And it will just ask you a bunch of questions to set up. If you have any questions as you're setting it up, just ask your sales director. We do recommend that you post a nice picture of yourself on there so that, because if somebody's searching for a local consultant, they're going to be more apt to click on somebody that has a beautiful, nice picture on there than just a flower. So you want to be a person, not a flower. So just go ahead and set that up, and it makes your Mary Kay website. Mary Kay keeps the website up for you all year long, which is great. You just have to do the initial setup. And so if you have any questions about that, let us know. Let your director know. All right, CDS. Chrissy, you want to go and do a CDS?
Yes.
Okay. So when you get an order on your website, you have options. Well, all right, I'll start here. When you get an order on your website, you get an email. And I don't know Chrissy's feelings about this, but I personally like to keep Easy Ship and guest checkout on my website as a no option, okay? If you have Easy Ship and guest checkout as a no option on your website, then you have complete control over processing the order that comes over your website, okay? You'll get an email. So then you would go into your customer list, under business tools, my customers.
Hold on, y'all.
I know.
I need to make this smaller. Okay. So business tools, my customers.
My customers. And you'll go under orders, okay? And then you'll click the order. Probably don't have one there, okay. Click the order. And normally, if it's a new order, see where it says method, under fulfillment, it says method. You'll have two options there. One will say customer delivery service and one will say inventory. If you want to ship that product directly to the customer, you choose customer delivery service. So you would click that, and then, and that means it will be sent right from Mary Kay to her door. You would have the option as well of you can add some samples. So over to the right, normally there would be a little button that says add products. It would be over to the right. And you could add some samples to there as well. And then you would scroll all the way down and click a button that says continue CDS.
Let me do this. Let me do just a new order so they can see it.
Okay.
I'll just do a dummy order.
Okay. Cool. And while she's doing that, the other option is that you can choose my my inventory like that.
Okay.
So you can do customer delivery service. And then you would see where she goes over there and she says add products. And now you can add products. So you can create a customer delivery service order to your customer, or if you got a order online, the products will already be in there. All right.
And this right here, y'all, you get to send 2 samples to your customers, but you have to like totally do that. And then you can do no cost samples, and then you can just send 2 samples
for free.
to them.
Now, during this pandemic right now, some of them are like low on inventory, so all of them are not available. So just kind of be a little patient with that. But you can send 2 free samples, which is exciting. Okay, so she's gonna send this person extra mullet night cream and all that. So there's your order. There's your total. Here's the address.
I can spell today.
Report. All right, you can do a follow-up, so they get follow-up, you know, say, hey, do you need a reorder? And then you click continue as CDS. And then it verifies the address. All right, and so right now, here's a really cool thing. Right now, the CDS is only $3.50 to ship on a regular, for regular shipping. If you needed to get it there super quickly, then you can do $7. I don't think I've ever done that, but you have that choice. So it's really inexpensive to CDS, which is great. And so this page just verifies your order and the shipping. So you just click next. All right, and then here, so this is where this is what I do. So even if it's a CDS order, I still fill out my little sales ticket, because at the bottom I'm going to put the subtotal of what of the retail price, which for this one would be $24. It tells you the sales tax already that you want to charge that customer, because Mary Kay always charges the sales tax to where the product is being shipped. So if the product is being shipped to you, you charge your sales tax. If it's being shipped to a customer, then you charge her sales tax, okay? So you do that, and if you're gonna charge her shipping, you put in your $3.50. So on your sales ticket, you're gonna put your subtotal. I'm totally on the wrong side. Subtotal, you can put in, it doesn't matter where you write it, but your subtotal is $24, your tax is $213, your shipping is $350, and then you add up the total at the bottom. Okay. So, and then you have a choice also of how you want to pay for that order. So see where it says payment. The first one is you can use your ProPay funds. So if you've already charged her card through ProPay, you can use your funds to pay for the order. Okay. If the customer did not put her card in on the online, you can get it from her and enter the customer's card, or you can use your own card. Now, if she's paid for the order online, like she went on your website, placed the order and paid for the order with a card, her card will show up right here already, and you just add in the amount you want to charge her, which you figured out on your sales ticket. Okay, is everybody with me on that? Okay. When you charge her card this way, Mary Kay, the portion that you owe Mary Kay, which would be the $17.63 if you see the consultant cost at the top, that gets sent to Mary Kay, and then your profit automatically goes into your ProPay, which is exciting. All right. So if she orders online, you walk them through, just do this process for the customer delivery service. Or you can go under her name on the customer list, create a new order, and make it a customer delivery service, which is exactly what you just saw here. Okay. So they're both pretty much similar. Okay. The other option, if you go out and go to click My Inventory, all right, so the other option is you can click My Inventory. So if you don't want to have the products mailed directly from Mary Kay to her door, so that would be for two reasons. One is you have the product in inventory currently, and you're just going to drop it off and deliver it to her door, or she lives in your house, or she lives next door, or whatever. Or if you're collecting orders and ordering everything all at once and having it shipped to you, you would click My Inventory. Okay. And so that way you don't usually do samples, and then you would scroll down. If she ordered on your website, her credit card information will actually show up right there. You can't see the whole number, but it will say charge customer's card. Okay. And you can do it that way. So you have the option of doing that. All right. Any questions on that so far? Okay, perfect. PCP in Mary Kay world is Preferred Customer Program. So Chrissy, actually, if you want to go to back to my customers first. So here's the key to PCP. The key to PCP is, so every quarter, Mary Kay will mail out the new catalogs to your customers for you, and it's only 70 cents per customer. So it's super inexpensive. And again, it's worth it, and it's a tax deduction at the end of the year. So you want to make sure you as you're gathering customers, you want to make sure you put them in your customer list in InTouch. So that's under Business Tools and My Customers, which is where we just were.
Or you can go here just to Preferred Customer Program.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, create and update customer list. Look at that. See, I learn something new every day. So you can add them here.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
Add update customers.
Oh, look at that. Here. Okay, perfect. So you can add in customers up there. Okay, awesome. And so this is how you can enroll your whole customer list, or you can enroll just some of your customers and all that. Why do you want to do Preferred Customer Program every quarter? You want to do this for several reasons. One is you want to get the brand new books in your customers' hands, because it gives you the opportunity to follow up with her. She now sees, and we haven't had a book now since February. So you definitely want to get the new fall catalogs in all of your customers' hands, okay? And mail them out to everybody you know. Usually there's a sample included normally. I don't know what this one is going to be, but a lot of times there's a sample in there for your customer. So it gives you an opportunity just to follow up with her. Hey, did you get the new catalog in the mail? Check out the new whatever. Do you have any questions? Anything you want to try? Do you need any refills? Gives you an excuse to follow up with her. But then you also want to do that because when you participate in PCP, so you send out the books that pay for the books to send out, there's two things that happen. Well, there's a main thing that happens actually. You get to order the new products early, which as most of you have seen, we have been, Mary Kay has been running low on limited edition products at the very beginning. And so you want to be able, you can order the new products and the limited edition products for that quarter. And we can't tell you what they are yet, but trust me, you're going to want them 5 days earlier than the people who don't participate in PCP. So even if you are brand new and have like 2 customers and mail one to your mama and your aunt and your sister and you'll automatically get one. But the customers you have, so go ahead and send it out. Put all your customers in here or everybody you know, and send out that PCP. Now the deadline for the fall is next Friday the 17th. So by midnight next Friday the 17th, you need to go ahead and enroll here and pay for the books to be sent out. And they will be sent to your customer. If you don't do it by next Friday the 17th, you don't have the opportunity to mail them the fall one. You'll have to wait for the holiday one. Perfect. All right. So Christy, did I miss anything on that?
Mm-mm. And you can go down to select all. And then, so if I selected all of my customers, it'll be $247. Okay.
Well, that's a lot of customers. So that's 353 customers. So that's a lot.
Yeah, just review it, pay for the order or whatever.
And you'll get an email with the receipt. So make sure you keep that receipt because that's a tax deduction at the end of the year. And what I do is as I gather customers, I add them into my customer list. And you can make tags, which are categories. And I make a tag for PCP. So then that way, every quarter, all I have to do is just enroll my PCP tag because I have like, 1 million customers in there too, because over time you'll have a lot, but some people you don't need to send, like she bought a lipstick from you like 5 years ago. You don't need to send her a book in the mail. So that's a good way to do that as well. Let's see, where are we next on this? Okay, so this is money management split. So I love this. This is actually a sheet you're definitely going to want to print out. Okay, so money management with your Mary Kay. So Mary Kay is a business. Okay, so you want to make sure that you aren't embezzling from your business, but that you're actually making money and paying yourself all at the same time. Okay. So we call this the 60-40 split. So do we make half of our sales? Yes, we can, because we buy our products at half price. But when it comes down to it, normally it's about a 60-40 split because we all know we have a couple other expenses and you're always going to want to buy something for yourself, right? Or restock your own products or restock something that you ran out of that's a demo and things like that. So we call this the 60-40 split. Now this is especially based on if you started your business with inventory. All right. So Mary Kay, and I believe most of you on this video, I know all of my people. Chrissy, have all of your people been talked to about inventory and all that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you all understand the opportunity of carrying product on hand, of all the free products that you can get from Mary Kay. Ooh, Chrissy, we need to add Great Start Qualified in here. All the opportunities that you get with Mary Kay to get a lot of free stuff. Okay. And you maxing out the free products from Mary Kay is so totally key. So as a side note, if you have not watched Ready, Set, Keep Selling, if you're still in your first 4 months of Mary Kay and you haven't watched that more inventory, more free products video that's on the Faith app, go under the Faith app under new consultant and it's called more free products. And it's the Ready, Set, Keep Selling opportunity that you can earn free products through the first 4 months of your business. But you all know also that you get the most free product in your very first order when you start your product with your Mary Kay with inventory, okay? And having product on hand is so important. So this is how you want to make sure that you're paying back your initial investment as well as making your money with Mary Kay. And here's your 60-40 split, okay? So your retail sales. So if your retail sales is, let's say that's $600, okay? So let's say you've sold $600 in Mary Kay retail sales. And we're going to, for this example, we're going to say that you have product on hand, okay? So when you sell product, whether you have product on hand or not, you always want to reorder that product. You don't want to be like Kmart and go out of business, or whatever that business was that went out of business, because you don't restock your inventory. So when you go to DSW and buy a pair of shoes, they take a portion of that sale and they rebuy that pair of shoes so that they keep shoes on hand, right? So you want to make sure that you're always repurchasing what you sell out of your inventory so that you don't run out of inventory. If you don't do that, then your initial investment wasn't worth it, okay? So you're going to go ahead, and if you look to the left there, it says 50% repurchase product on hand. So when you sell $600 in product, the repurchase is going to be at least $300. Go, Chrissy. But you're also going to usually purchase a little bit more than that as well, because you have you have shipping, and then you might get a couple extra supplies. Like you might get a couple of samples, or you might have run out of your own cleanser, or you might need an extra demo cleanser or whatever. So that side, that $300 would actually be $360, not $300. So that's a $360. Got it? Okay. So that's going to be the money, and you use that based on the money that you have in your ProPay and your money you have in your Mary Kay checking account. Okay. So then the other side, your 40% profit is $240. Okay. So that is your profit. Now, if you are still working on paying off your initial investment, your initial inventory, you want to split that profit just a little bit, okay? And use a small portion of your profit to go ahead and pay back your initial investment, whether you used a credit card or a loan from a bank or borrowed from someone who loved you or took it out of a savings account. You want to put it back, right? So just for this purpose, let's just do... let's say we would do $100 would go towards the repay. So that's $240, right, Chrissy? And then the repay would be $100. Okay. And then your profit is going to be $140. Okay. And that
I feel like
profit,
a kindergartner.
I'm really impressed with you. That's awesome. So that profit right there, that 140 is what you're going to put towards, that goal that we had you write down. What is your goal with Mary Kay? That 140 is going towards there. Now, once you pay off your initial investment, that's where your 240 goes. Isn't that exciting? So of course, the faster you pay off your initial investment, the more your whole profit's going. But we don't want you to take your whole profit and put it back towards your initial investment, okay? Because we want you to make money. So I'm printing this out. If you're still working on paying off your initial investment, and even if you're not, I want you to print this out or just replicate it on a piece of paper. Take a picture and send it to your sales director today, okay? Because we want to make sure, especially if you started your Mary Kay with inventory and you have a loan or something out there, we want to help you make sure that you're paying that off, right? So if you still are, what's the amount that you need to repay? What's your goal you want to pay that off? And so your plan is to pay this amount per week, per month, per day, per whatever, okay? So kind of creating a plan for that. This is like the business aspect of your Mary Kay business, because we want to make sure that you're making money with your Mary Kay. It's not about, my life is not about money, right? But until we can pay our bills and everything in pinto beans, we need to make money, right? So that's the goal of this. And when you're making money for your Mary Kay business, you're more excited about it. Your husband's more excited about it. Your family's more excited about it. And then you're building more team members because you're super excited. Hey, I made $500 this week. This is super exciting, okay? And this can easily be done. This one example right here can easily be done in one party. Where do you know that you can make $240 in an hour or 2 hours worth of playing with skincare and makeup with women and making them feel special? Isn't that amazing? So this is your 60-40 split, okay? Now, if you don't have product on hand, Your 60/40 is probably going to be a little more skewed. It's probably going to be more like 70/30 because you're probably going to be purchasing more product to be able to make sure you have some things on hand, right? And your shipping is going to be a little higher because you're ordering more often than you are if you have product on hand. So because I have product on hand, I order twice there's a little bug in here. I order about once a week or twice a month, depending on my sales for that month. Okay. And I always order order on the 15th and the last day of the month. So put that on your calendar too, okay? You're going to reorder products on your 15th and on the last day of the month. And if you need to reorder more often than every week, because if you're doing a ton of parties and selling a ton of product out of your inventory. All right. Any questions on that? All right. What's next, Chrissy?
Next, hold on.
I know I have tax on my, so if you have questions about taxes, Adrian Hollifield did an amazing video. It's on the Faith app under New Consultant. Is it under New Consultant?
Yes.
Okay. Under New Consultant on the Faith app, Adrian has done a tax training video. So watch that. And then if you have questions from your sales director, let her know. And then in January, we always do a January jump start. And it's typically the first Saturday of the month in January. I'll get a date for you. I don't know if we have a date for that yet.
I don't think so.
But you definitely want to plan on attending that. It's usually in Gastonia. No, we don't have. Oh, yes, we do. It's
Okay.
January 9th. It's a second Saturday. And it's from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's going to be Saturday, January 9th, January 2021. Put it on your calendar now and plan on attending because it's a great fun recognition, jumpstart your, halfway through the Mary Kay year, but jumpstart your new calendar year. But also we have a CPA who comes and does tax training and he knows Mary Kay taxes. And you don't want to miss this because Mary Kay taxes are different than any other taxes out there. And you have a ton of tax deductions and you don't want to miss any of them. And he's also super entertaining when he does his training too. So he's not boring. So you want to make sure that you've done that. I think the last thing I have for business systems is a weekly plan sheet. So now you're probably thinking, okay, now how do I actually plan this and get this all done? This weekly plan sheet is going to be your best friend, okay? So you want to have these printed out or you can, and this is actually similar to the calendar that you have. I have a bigger version of it, but you have a calendar that came in your starter kit. I highly recommend that you use that calendar and you have your whole life in one calendar, okay? And I recommend a paper calendar. I know some of you might think, the phone calendar is great. I think the paper one is better because we look a lot less busy when we have white space on a paper calendar. As opposed to like, if you looked at my phone calendar right now, it looks like I have like no time to do anything. When in reality, most of those are just reminders, okay? So this is where you're gonna print these out and I recommend that you sit down with your family on Sunday and plan out your week with your family. So the first thing you're gonna go through in your week is you're gonna fill in your God time. That you have things that you have with church or your quiet time or, things like, obligations for that. The second thing you're going to fill in is all your family obligations that you have. So kids games or kids schedules or your personal appointments, your doctor's appointments, your, if you work, when you work, you're going to box off when you work, all of that sort of thing. And then the third thing you're going to do is in between all those things, you are going to fill in when you're going to do your Mary Kay. So when are you going to make booking appointments? Now your booking attempts can actually be filled in within your work time or within your, so if you work during the day and you have a lunch break, take 15 minutes of your lunch break and do 15 minutes of booking. If you have kids and you have to drop them off at some practice somewhere and you're sitting there in your car waiting for them, block that off. Okay, I can do 30 minutes of booking here. Or coaching my appointments and things like that. So you want to fill in here and then fill in when you're available to do actual appointments. So when are you going to do, fill in your unit events that she has. So the first thing you should do for your Mary Kay is Tuesday nights at 6:30, you're going to put weekly training Zoom. So that should be the first Mary Kay thing you put in every single Tuesday night. Is 6:30, hang out with us with Zoom, because that's where you're going to get your weekly training. They'd be like so doing Mary Kay without your weekly success meeting is like trying to pass a college class without going to class. Okay, so join us Tuesday nights. We want to see your beautiful faces, and we do different training on different topics every week, and we're on there to talk to you, not to talk to us. Okay. And then, filling in, when are you going to do some booking, and when are you going to do some coaching? And when are you going to do your appointments? And it doesn't have to be huge blocks of time. It can literally be 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, but just put it in there. And you can color code. And they actually, did y'all know they have colored pencils that you can erase? So color code it. Like I do color code it. So like I have blue as my personal time, my God time and my personal time. I have green as like Mary Kay events, that I'm being a part of. And then I have red or pink as my Mary Kay appointments. So you can color code and figure out what works best for you. But this is going to be trial and error. Figure out what works best for you. Put it in pencil so you can erase and move things around and all that sort of thing. But a weekly plan sheet is so important. So you should sort of have like 2 weeks kind of planned out, so when you're booking, when you can hold those appointments and what available time you have. But being able to fit it in. So these are really important if you're struggling with time management and figuring out when to do your Mary Kay, but you need help with from your sales director. We're going to want to walk through one of these with you, because we will need to see what your life looks like, because everybody's weekly plan sheet is going to look very different. And when you sit down with your family and do this on Saturdays or Sundays for the week coming up, your family knows when you're doing Mary Kay. Right? And so they'll look at all this time I'm spending with you, but this is mommy's Mary Kay time. And when I do all this by the end of the week, we're going to do something. So you want to make sure that you're getting your family involved with your Mary Kay business, so that it's not something they feel like is taking you away from them, but there's a reason why you're doing your Mary Kay. And that's where, again, you come back to your goal, your reason why are you making extra money for your family, or why are you working Mary Kay business in order to quit your full-time job so you can spend more time with them. Okay. Cool.
Okay, awesome. Well, this is going to be the last thing that we talk about, guys. So just give us just a couple of more minutes. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Of course, we're recording this, so you can go back and watch it if you choose. Now, I'm going to talk about the Mary Kay career path. One thing that I strongly, can you guys still see my screen here? Okay, thanks, Brenda. One thing that I strongly encourage you to do is to go on to Mary Kay In Touch, okay? And then at the top of the tab, it's going to say compensation. And once you click on compensation, there's going to be a tab for the advanced brochure. Now, I would encourage you to look through and review the advanced brochure, because it's going to tell you how everybody gets paid on the career path. So it's more of an in-depth way that you can make your money through everything. And so we're not going to, that can be a whole class within itself. And so we're not going to do that today. So I encourage you to look through the advanced brochure. But this is a career path, and this is how we get paid in Mary Kay. So everybody that joins Mary Kay, they start as a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, okay? So as a consultant, you can be a star consultant. You can earn company and unit prizes, bonus products through the Great Start program. You can earn up to 50% discount on your Section 1 orders, guys, and 50% profit on what you sell, okay? And so I love that. Then as you start building your team, you move up and get commissions. So the second way that we make our money at Mary Kay is through team building, all right? So when you are a senior consultant, that's 1 to 2 active personal team members. And what does it mean to be active? I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit, but that is just, you have to at least have a $225 wholesale order in 1 calendar month. That makes you an active consultant. So senior consultant, you make 1 to 2 active team members on your team. You get a beautiful enhancer to put around your new consultant pin. You still earn profit, 50% on your retail. But then at this point, you give yourself an increase in pay to make 4% personal team building commission off of both of those team members, or 1 or 2, however many you have. And then, so if somebody sells $100, like $1,000 wholesale, you're going to make 4% of that wholesale order. And the company is going to pay that to you in one or two ways. So when you sign up for Mary Kay InTouch, you may see a thing that says direct deposit, and you can sign up for direct deposit, and the company will put your commissions into direct deposit, okay? Or if you choose not to do direct deposit, Mary Kay is going to send you a card, and it'll have Mary Kay on it, and they'll load your commission each month on the team building commissions on the 15th of each month. Okay, so you can choose to get a card that they'll just fill it as you get commission, or you can sign up for direct deposit. All right. Now, at this level, you also get $50 team building bonuses for each qualified personal team member. Okay. Do you also make money from your team members who recruit more team members? No, that's a great question. That's a great question, but no, you don't get team members off your team members. You do when you become a Mary Kay sales director, but not as a beauty consultant. So, great question. So the $50 team building bonus, now this is what we call the IPB. That is an immediate payment bonus. So when your when your consultant and your team member becomes qualified, so that means she either places that first initial order of, $600 or more, the company is going to send you an email to say, hey, you have an automatic payment bonus coming. And so for every qualified team member, guys, you get a $50 bonus, and that's unlimited. So you can sign up 20 people and get that, what is that, $2,000? I don't even know, like all of that money. And that'll come immediately. So they will immediately, within 2 or 3 days, deposit it into your bank account if you do direct deposit, or load it onto that card. Okay. So love that. 1 to 2 active team members. Now, the team leader position, that is the ladies in the beautiful red jackets. Now, I know everybody does not want to be a Mary Kay sales director, but I really, truly believe that everybody deserves to be a red jacket. Everybody deserves to have that mid-level management, okay? And so at this level, you have 3 to 4 active team members on your team. You still make your 50% profit, but you get another increase, guys. And so you make at this point now anywhere from 4, 6, or 8% commission. Now, the difference between the commission, if you and your team collectively do less than $1,000, you're going to get 4%. If you and your team does between 1,100 and 1,799, you're going to get 6%. If your team does 1,800 wholesale as a team or more, you and your team, you're going to get 8% commission off your team. Okay. So I love that. And so you get to decide and encourage and help your team members to put money in their pockets. Okay. You do get the Star Team Builder Enhancer. The very first time you are a red jacket, the very first time you get to that level, the company is going to give you a $100 bonus. Hello, another automatic payment bonus for you. And then the cool thing about that, yes, that is per month, Martina. You get commissions each month off of your team members at either 4%, 4, 6, or 8, or up to 13. Anywhere from 4 to 13%, depending on where you are at a career path every month. That's why team building is so important. 1, you can help change their life and their situation. But 2, it's the second way that we make our money in the business. So be thinking about that. Like, okay, you want to team build. You want to work that business full circle because you want to put money in your pocket, but then you want to team build. Like I just signed up my girlfriend, Adrienne. She was one of my best customers. Like I think so often we think, oh, I don't want to sign up my best customer because then I'm not going to be able to, like make money off of her. And I think about Rachel Naylor, Teresa, her recruiter has made over, I don't know, what is it, Amy? Probably over $100,000 off of signing up Rachel. She would have never sold Rachel $100,000 at Mary Kay.
And I don't even know how much money Mary Kay's paid me on you there, beautiful lady. So it's a lot more than I would have ever sold Chrissy
Right.
in product.
So don't get into that, right? Don't get like stuck in, oh my God, she's a repair customer, that's $200. Okay, she's going to buy a repair set every, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, right? And you make $100. But if she becomes your team member, you can make thousands of dollars. Okay, so just something to think about. Now, you still get the $50 team building bonus for each qualified All right, and then you get a discount on your red jacket. And so you get to order the prestigious red jacket, which is exciting. Now, another fun thing at this level, you know, my mom always says when you help enough other people get to their goal, then you get to your goal in the process. If you have a star team builder, now I'll use Leslie for an example. So Trisha just became a star team builder at the beginning of this month. Trisha's gonna get $100 from the company, but then Mary Kay is gonna send Leslie $100. So when you become a red jacket, even your recruiter gets an extra bonus. So that's kind of exciting, right? And so that's just a bonus. And so the income is, you know, truly unlimited. Now, when you move up to the next level in the career path, this is where the magic happens right here on team leader, okay? You get the same great benefits, right? This, you have 5 to 7 active team members. You still make 50% profit. You still make your $50 team building bonus, but your commission increases again from 9 or 13%. Now, the difference between this increase, guys, is at 13%, you have to do $600 wholesale that month. So you earn your Spark jewelry, right? And then at least 5 of the 7 team members do at least $225 that month. So at least 5 of your team members do $225 and you do your $600, then you would make 13% commission off of the overall team total, okay? You do anything different, then you make 9%, okay? So if you have 5 team members that do it, but you don't hit your 600, you're gonna get 9%, right? Or if you even do 1,000 and you only have 4 people do 225, you're still gonna get 9%. So it's really exciting, you know, in the difference, but we want it all, right? Like we want the 13%. All right, now at this level, you are eligible to go on target for your first car, which is the Grand Achiever status, or you can take cash compensation. And to go on target for your car, guys, you need at least 5 active team members, and you and your team collectively in 1 calendar month, in that month, you do 5,000 wholesale as a team. Now, I know the average person, when they come into Mary Kay, guys, they buy about $1,000 in inventory. That is the company average across the United States. Some people do 600, some people do 3,000, some people do 225, some people do nothing at all. And one thing you want to know and just keep in the back of your mind in the business is that it is a third. A third of the people that sign up on your team are going to absolutely do nothing. They're going to be what we consider starter kit snatchers. They're going to buy a starter kit and they ain't doing nothing else. Okay. The other third of the people that you recruit are going to place 1 order to help you. They're going to place 1 order and they ain't doing nothing else. And then the other third is going to be a superstar like you. Okay, they're going to work their Mary Kay business like a business and not like a hobby. And they're going to make it and move up and make money for their family. So it's a third, a third, and a third. Just always remember that. So you're not finding yourself getting frustrated with your new team members. Okay, but you get to go on target for your car. Now, I do have a tracking sheet here for car somewhere here. Okay, so there's 2 different styles of tracking sheets for the car, and you guys, again, will get all of this. And so in order to earn a car, guys, you have to grow your team from 5 to 16, and you and your team do $23,000 wholesale production in 4 months. Okay, so every month you have to at least do 5,000 wholesale to move on to the next month. So if this month you go on target for your car and you have over 5,000, next month, you know, you continue to grow your team, you have to at least have 5,000, but by that 4th month, you have to have a total of, hold on, let me go back up. You have to have a total of 23,000 wholesale, cumulative wholesale, guys, and 16 active team members. So the tracking sheet, you can just write all of the team members there, okay? And then, let me go up. I know it's sideways, sorry guys. It's the only way to fit on the sheet. And then you will write the wholesale that each team member does within the month that you're tracking the car, okay? So very excited about that. And then you can earn higher level cars, but you gotta be Mary Kay sales directors to earn that. Guys, have you seen those cars? The new Camaro, the new pickup truck, the Traverse, the pink Cadillac, like all of that, all right? All right, so going back to the career path. Next level is what we consider an elite team leader. An elite team leader, you have 8 or more active team members on your team. You get the same benefits as a team leader at this status. You just have more team members. And then you can decide whether you want to, at that point, go into director in qualification program. And so what a director in qualification is a DIQ. This is when you tell the company that I want to be a leader in Mary Kay. I want to make that executive income. I want to be able to lead women, to help them be successful in their business, to help them be passionate and to grow, and all of the things that come with leadership, right? So at this position, everything is the same. You still 9 or 13%, team building commission 50%, but you have to have 10 or more active team members on your team. You submit a card to the company on the 1st of the month. So you have to have 10 active. And you tell the company you want to do this. Then you go into a DIQ process, right? You have 1 to 3 months to become a Mary Kay sales director. Okay, now when you become a Mary Kay sales director in DIQ, you have to grow your team from 10 to 24. Okay, from 10 to 24. And I think I have a tracking sheet in here for that. So this is your 10. You're going to get your 10 in as you recruit your team members. You know, you're going to put them here. You're going to write all the team members that you have down. And as they get active, you write their name on the dotted line up here. Okay, so 2 team leader, 3 to 4 star team builder, 5 to 7 team leader, elite, and then DIQ. Okay, so okay, I think I took that tracking sheet out, but I'll add it back. But you grow your team from 10 to 24, and you and your team together do 13,500 wholesale within 1 to 3 months, and you become your very own unit, which is so exciting. And then when you are in DIQ, let's say for instance, if I was on Amy's DIQ team. So perfect example, when I joined Mary Kay, Amy was a DIQ. And so the people that I recruited, my best friend and Katie and, whoever else were my first couple of team members, all of those team members, once you're in DIQ, counts toward the 24 to help you guys become your own unit. And so, which is so exciting. All right. And then there's the Mary Kay sales director position. And this is where we make the executive income in the company, guys. As a Mary Kay sales director, you have to finish qualifications and have at least 24 unit members. We are still consultants. Mary Kay sales directors, guys, we are still beauty consultants like you. We still book, hotel, and recruit like you. We still hold our appointments. We still make our 50% just like you. At this level, you just still have to work your personal Mary Kay business and then help a whole entire unit do the same thing. So you have a little bit of extra responsibility, but the company does reward you heavily for that. All right. So we can make anywhere from 9 to 23% off of our unit, depending on what our unit does. We still get 9 to 13% off of our personal team, which is exciting. And so what's most exciting about that, we can get anywhere from 9 to 13% off of our overall unit. And then we can get 13% on top of that. So on our personal team members, we can actually make 26% off of what our personal team members orders. Now, the cool thing about it, like Amy personally recruited me, Amy's always going to make 13% off of what I do as long as I'm in Mary Kay, which is so exciting. And then because she's our senior, she gets a percentage off of what my unit does as a whole. So that's an extra avenue of income. Okay, which is very exciting. So we get personal team building commissions. As a consultant, you get a $50 team building commission. As a director, it doubles. We get $100. Okay, and so your income literally triples from being a consultant to a Mary Kay sales director. All right, we get unit development bonuses, and those range anywhere from $400 to $1,000. When we have certain amount of star consultants, we get bonuses. We get a wellness bonus in the beginning of the year, guys. I mean, first time you earn a Cadillac, you get a bonus. If you beat your best year ever, you get a bonus. When you have sales directors under you, you get bonuses. We get to earn the use of the higher level cars as well, guys. We get to qualify for tons of different stuff. We get to go to the leadership conference, which is a corporate conference with just the Mary Kay sales directors. We get to rub elbows with all the nationals, which is, really awesome. And then we all get to qualify for a sales director trip. And so, oh my gosh, the sky is literally the limit. You can be happy and only sell the product if you want and earn your 50%, and that's totally okay. Or you can build this business and grow this business and earn extra income by building. You can do a little bit or you can do a lot. totally up to you. All right. So I'll add that other tracking sheet in here. And then this tracking sheet, guys, this helps you get into Red Jacket. It's all about the red. When you do, like I said earlier, 15 interviews with your sales director, all of those people are going to get entered into winning $500 cash and a $1,000 cash drawing, right? And then you interview them. As you interview them, you just kind of color it in. It's kind of like paint by numbers, right? Which is exciting. And then anybody that you recruit, I would just highlight, right? So it's about, the average is about 1 in 4, 1 in 5. So if you fill this Red Jacket up and you interview 15 people, guys, you're probably going to be a Red Jacket this month. Okay. So I would encourage you to, when we do email this to you, for you guys to print it out. All right. So that's the career path, guys. Again, you know, make sure that you do look at that advanced brochure. It goes a little bit into more detail. This is just a flyer of 19 reasons why people should consider the Mary Kay opportunity. And so that's just there. You can look at that at your leisure. And then the tracking sheets for the car as well. There's 2 different types of tracking sheets there. And then this is the mobile office. You know, these are just some apps that are going to help you be successful in your Mary Kay business. This one right here is the Faith app. That's our area app. And then, of course, Voxer, a great way to communicate, and just some other apps that you can play and dabble in. And then this is what it means to be an active consultant. And this is so important, okay? You have statuses as a consultant. Anytime you place an order of $225 in one calendar month, now it can all be in one order, $225 or more, or you can do $50, $100, whatever. When you place an order of $225 in one single calendar month, that's gonna consider you an A1 status. So I want you to write that down, A1. So A1 is when you're an active consultant for the first month. Anytime you do $225 in a calendar month, that's gonna give you your 50% discount for that month and 2 months after. Okay, so in the month of July, let's say if you earn your your Spark Jewelry, you do $600 in July, but then in August, you only do $200 wholesale. You still get your 50% discount. By September, you still get your 50% discount. You can do $20 here, $50 here, but at the end of that third month, you wanna make sure you do at least $225 cumulative to reactivate your 50% discount. Okay, does that make sense? So if you do $225 this month, earn your Spark Jewelry this month, then boom, you activate that 50% again. So then in August, now you're active August, September, and October. So anytime in 1 month you do a $225 order, you earn your 50% for that month and 2 months after. Okay, so this right here, just what does it mean to be active? Okay, and it really goes through everything. So basically, in a nutshell, you know, if you always book, coach, sell, recruit, you should totally be fine. Okay. Now, you don't have to put any amounts of orders in. It's totally up to what you want to do in this business. You have to at least put 1 order in once a year to remain a Mary Kay consultant. And at any point in time, you can always put a $225 order in, and that will activate your consultant status again for your discount, and then again for another 12 months. Okay. Does that make sense? Now, A1 means that you're active for that month, the first month. A2 means that you're active in the second month. A3 means that you're active in the third month, but by A3 status that month, make sure you do at least a $225 wholesale. Okay? Now, when your activity status goes to I status, that basically means you have not put a $225 order in within 4 months. So when you are in I1 status, guys, and you have team members, you will not make your commission off your team members. So just know that when you're in active status, you are still a consultant. You can always go do a $225 order, but you just will not make commission off your team member. So if your team member does $2,000 wholesale in that month, you're not going to make that commission off of them because you're not an active consultant. Okay. So that active status is 1, 2, or 3. And then within 6 months, if you don't place an order within 6 months, you become what's called a T status. That means that is terminated. You're not really terminated, but that's just what they call it. That means a couple of things. If you had team members, you run the risk of losing your team members if you don't place an order in that T1 month, and the company will stop sending you applause magazines. Okay, so if you get into inactivity for 6 months, the company won't send you the applause magazines every month. Okay, so just make sure that you know that. But y'all, the one thing that I love the most about this business is the ability to make it great, is the ability to create whatever you want, because you get the choice to do that. You get to choose what this Mary Kay business is going to do for you. You get to choose how your life is going to look. You get to choose if you want to do it today or if you don't want to do it, or if you want to pick it up next week. So it's totally, totally up to you. And so any questions about active status? Honestly, guys, like, here are some reasons why you want to stay active. You earn your discount, you receive commissions from your team. One, you are leading by example, especially when you have a team. You earn prizes, which is exciting. And you want to be successful. When you join a business, nobody joined a business to be mediocre. Let's be real. Okay. I didn't join the business to be mediocre. I joined the business to make some money when I decided what I wanted from Mary Kay. Instead of just getting my product at half price, yay, that's fun and exciting too. But if I can make some money in a process, you treat the business like a business, it will pay you like a business. You treat the business like a hobby, and we all know hobbies can get expensive, right? So we want to treat it like a business, and you get to run the business however you want, because you are the president and CEO of your own business. We, as your recruiters and your Mary Kay sales director, our job is to help encourage you to be successful. Our job is to help you get out of Mary Kay whatever you want out of Mary Kay. So again, communicate with us. Communicate with your Mary Kay sales director. You cannot ask us enough questions. You cannot box us. Don't think that any question is a silly question, guys, because we were there too. I called Amy all the time. She probably got tired of me, but whatever, right? But I knew I wanted to be successful. So I took my mentor and I took my sales director as one of my business partners, because I knew she earned a car, she made money, and I want to be where she is. You want to always reach up and be, talk to the people where you want to be. And so, but yeah, everything is in this packet. And I don't know, Amy, if you have any last words. I know this new consultant training is usually long, but it's everything in here to help you be successful.
Yeah, and just thank you for spending time with us this morning. Y'all are amazing, and we know, and just remember, you said yes for a reason, and God brought you into this company for a reason. And so our job now is to work together, you and your sales director, to work together to see what that reason is. And y'all, seriously, think big. This can completely change your life in one way, shape, or form, and we just never know what that's going to be until we just try. And so make sure you're sending a picture of your goals to your sales director today, and make a plan. What is your plan for July? How many faces are you going to do? What is your plan for July? And get some bookings. Fill out a booking bubble sheet over this weekend, or by Monday night, to get yourself kickstarted and get going and get some bookings on your books so that you can get rolling with your goals and make that extra money, and just see what God can do with this business in your life, with you and your family. And at the end of the day, this is the big thing to remember. KISS. Keep it simple, sweetie. Okay? Book appointments, share the product with women, let them try the product, make them feel beautiful, make their faces feel amazing. Find out what they want to buy. Get referrals from them and share the opportunity with them. It's super, super simple. Not always easy, but super simple. And we are always here for you, to walk with you every step of the way. I love that Chrissy said that. There's no stupid question at all. We are always here available to help you, walk through this with you, and it's going to be amazing. We're so proud of you, and we're excited for you. Thanks for hanging in with us today. So I think we're good. We're going to be, once we have the recording of this, we will send it out. We'll send out those. Make sure you texted your director that you're on here, so we can make sure we send you this packet as well. So love you all, ladies. Have a good day.
Bye.
Make it productive.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.